And ladies and gentlemen, this is Frostbyte. Thank you so much for coming in today. Well, this is impromptu. This isn't something that I normally do, but I got a text message just a little while ago when it said, hey, the price point has dropped, and I wanted to make sure that I got on board and talk to you a little bit about the price point that was set. The price point is here. Flowing hair, gold dollar, released tomorrow at noon. What's the call? What are we going to do? So we're going to talk about that really briefly. I'm going to give just a few moments for a couple people to come in, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start this discussion. Once you come in, make sure you do me a favor, say something in chat so that I know that you're here. And we're going to kind of talk about this. While we're waiting for that, I'm going to do a little shameless plug. Here's my channel. If you're not a subscriber, if you like what you hear today and like the discussion that you see, please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. We're only about 440 away from 5,000, so we're really close. All right, so let's go ahead and dig into this and start talking about what we're seeing in relation to the price. So the price point dropped. Hey, Billows, what's going on, brother? So the price point dropped for the gold flowing hair, and the price point is going to be $3,640. Now, we're talking about 1 ounce of gold. Hey, what's up, Supreme? Good to see you. So right now, we got to take a look at spot price. So we look at Kitco. Again, I'm not a sponsor, but again, it's just one of those things where I'm utilizing them because they give the best information, and it's pretty much right here in front of you. The price closed today at $25.72. Now, this is really important. It's really important for a couple of reasons. Number one, I want you to look at the chart. I want you to see what's happened over the last 5 days. We've seen a constant decline. Now, it dropped dramatically after the election, stayed a little bit flat, and now we're seeing another decrease. The reason that this is important is because right now, as we look at this information, I want you to understand that the price of gold is dropping. Hey, Michael Stacken, what's going on? How you doing? Good to see you. So why is the gold price dropping a big issue for this particular coin release? Well, there's a couple different reasons. Number one is when you look at the U.S. Mint, they take bullion price in order to establish their price point for coins. I'm going to go ahead and take these off. I might have to put them on if my eyes start to bother me in a little bit, but I get tired of seeing the reflection. Hey, UCI to learn, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you for a while. Hope you are doing really good. All right, so when we look at the price dropping, why does that matter? Well, the price matters because of this. Now, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can read this. It's a little bit hard because here it's not going to be very clear. They don't allow me to zoom in much more than this. But basically what we're looking at is if we look at the price point that the U.S. Mint comes into, again, price point, we go back here, okay, $25.72. So when we look at this pricing grid, that means right here is where we should be, $34.90. Now, we look at the price. The price was $36.40. Now, there's a couple of potential reasons why this is the case. Number one, they did this a couple of days ago based off of where the price point was. So maybe they chose the price point a week ago and they labeled the price and then they pushed it out. But this doesn't really align with what their pricing chart is. So again, if you go to the U.S. Mint and you look up that pricing sheet, according to what they have there, their price should be $3,490. Well, it's not. It's $3,640. Now, we know that things change. So if we slide this all the way to the right and we look over here, $35.70 is something that you would pay for something like the Liberty Britannia Gold 1 ounce collaboration piece. So we know that they've changed price based off of the item. But when you're looking at this, you're talking about a $1,000 premium, folks. $1,000 for this coin. Now, if you look up here, you look at this price point, basically what they're marking it at here is $26.50 to $26.99. So my hunch is that they took this price from yesterday or the day before's listing price. So they probably ran this Monday, took an assessment, said it's going to be probably $26.50 to $2,700, and then they listed the price point at this place. Now, why is this an issue? Well, before I get to that, I want to share something with you. And I want to share this with you because somebody sent this to me. Now I'm going to share, I'm going to replace my screen share and I'm going to pull up and I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to show you this. Now, this is something that was just sent to me a little while ago. Yep, this is somebody holding this in their hand. So one of my subscribers reached out to me and said, hey, Frosty, I've actually got to hold one of these. It's gorgeous. Now, there's a few different coins in here, and I'm going to kind of go through a couple of these, but these are fabulous. Now, I got to tell you, this is a fabulous looking coin. We've seen the silver medal, we've seen this, but again, you look at it. Now, unfortunately, the images that were sent to me doesn't show the lettered edge. And you're right, Bellows Forge, the lettered edge is amazing on this. Now, the lettered edge is representative of the edging that was on the original. So it is historically accurate. It represents that particular coin. They chose to do something with this particular coin that I thought was a little bit different. Normally, when they come out with a 1 ounce gold, it's a $50 or a $25 or a $100 coin. This was a $1 gold coin in honor of the $1 gold, or the $1. Well, try that again. The $1 flowing here silver from 1794. So in honor of that, they maintained this, and that's really important. I'm really glad that they did this. But that price point, I just can't stomach. But I mean, look at this. Look at how proofy that is. It's absolutely fabulous, really nice, gorgeous, deep fields, an absolute fabulous piece. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you were in the market to get one, I'm going to tell you to get one from the U.S. Mint. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Looking at different places like APMEX. Now, I'm going to pull this up, and I wanted to pull this up with you so you guys could see this is exactly where I'm going. So if I go to APMEX and I pull this up, I want to show you that when I look for the gold bullion coins, so I'm going to look up flowing here. I hate ads. I want you to look at the price point that's listed here. Now I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on this, and I want you to focus on the price. Now, again, folks, when you buy coins like this, when you buy commemoratives, when you buy things like this, do me a favor. Hey, Crazy Brownie, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I want you to look at the price point here. Again, I'm going to bounce back and forth between screens. They're releasing it for $3,640, but yet they have it at APMEX for almost $1,000 more. Now, when you look at this, it is graded. Now, again, buy the coins, not the label. Vote for Pedro. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thank you for coming into the streams. Much appreciated, brother. So again, when you buy coins like this, buy the coin, not the label. Now, why am I saying that? Because if I come back over here and I do flowing hair gold, whoops, let's get back into that. And I pull this up, we're gonna see some various price points here. We're going to see anything ranging from $4,795 all the way up to $5,295. Now, there's a couple reasons that this is happening. Hey, Chad Brookman, what's going on? Inkman, how you doing? Good to see you guys. So there's a couple reasons this is happening. Number one is the advanced release label. Now, they want $500 or $600 more. $500 or $600 more. I'm going to say that again. $500 or $600 more for this label. Now, this label can only be received by the people who got it early, like before it's released, which is the dealers, which means that the only people who really can grab this price point are the dealers. Okay, so be aware of that. I want you to pay attention to that because I'm not going to be able to have an advanced release. I'm not a dealer, right? Now, I'm not buying the coin. I'm not going to be grading this, but again, I want you to pay attention to this. Why is this a big deal? Because if you look at the price point on this, it's $5,300. All right, so now I want to go back and I want to look at the other one. So the other one is $4,795. Now, folks, you can get one of these, send it into CAT grading, and it'll only cost you $100 shipping there, grading, and shipping back. Now, these are proof coins, the likelihood, because of the way that they've been designed, because of the way they've been minted, a majority of these, a large majority of these are going to come back proof decam. So this proof decam 70 is not going to be a rarity. It's going to be the norm. It's going to be something that's normal for this particular coin. So it's really important to understand that this is the only reason this is going to be a rarity is because of the label. So don't buy the label, buy the coin. It's really important. Plus, you're going to save yourself a bunch of money. Now, let's go back to this. Gold is dropping in price. Now, because gold is dropping in price, every day that price point drops, you're losing money before you even have the coin. We know that it's already been listed at a $3,640 price point. If gold drops to $300 before you get the coin, you've already lost money on the coin before you've even received it. Now, normally, if you're going to buy gold, and this is a gamble, if you're taking something, you buy it and the price drops, you're losing money anyway. But this is a 1700 or 17,500 mintage. Now, we know historically that some of these have gone up, some of them have gone down in price. But we have to take into account that on December 12th, something special is going to happen, but only with 230 coins. Now, it's these 230 coins that are the reason that my call is don't buy this. Don't buy it. These 230 coins are going to be going to auction. And it's those 230 coins that the high-end dealers, the high-end buyers are going to be chasing. So why do I say not to buy? Well, I say not to buy for two reasons. Hey, Anna, I'm crazy. How you doing? Good to see you. They're going to be doing this auction. Now, if you've seen Silver Wolverines, and I'm going to call him out because he's posted this stuff beforehand, and I am utilizing his content, so I want to be clear about this. He posted something on a 2020 very limited edition run that is selling right now between $20,000 and $25,000. That was a mintage of about 1900. This is a mintage of about 230. The price point for this is going to be through the roof, let alone the very first one. The very first one is going to be extremely special, in which they have one of the dies that is going to come with us. Now, I don't know how they're going to cancel the die. Paula from Livecoin Q&A have talked a little bit. Hey, Joe McBride, what's going on, bud? Good to see you. We've talked a little bit about that. Not sure how they're going to do it. We're not sure if they're going to cross-hatch it or if they're going to completely flatten it out. We're not sure how they're going to cancel out that die. But the very first one is going to come in a customized box with the number one COA and this canceled die. This thing is going to go, my estimate, I'm just guessing here, but my estimate is going to be $200 to $250, maybe $300,000 for this first one. This is going to be like number one. Now, number one doesn't mean that it's the number one coin minted with that die. Who knows what that is? They're probably going to rummage through them, find some of the best one, and choose something that they know is going to come back proof 70 decam. I'm sure it's already going to be graded. Now, we don't know at this time where the grading company is or what the grading company they utilized. Maybe PCGS, maybe CAC, but we do know it's going to be auctioned. We don't even know the auction house that they have chose yet. Now, we could be Stacks and Bowers. We could be Heritage Auction. There's a number of places it could be. We don't know that information yet. Robert Reese, happy chappy, howdy Jack. Good to see you. What's up, Otis? Good to see you, LL. Thank you for coming in. But there's a lot of stuff that we don't know. So there's still a lot of variables that we just don't have the information on. But in looking at this, again, if you haven't seen this, they did drop the price point on this at $3,640. Again, for those of you who can't do the quick math, I want you to recommend the Kitco listing here that is here. And look at that, $2,570 spot price. We're talking about $1,000 markup right out of the get-go. And with gold dropping, there's a very high likelihood that you could lose money in this. Now, I don't rarely tell you absolutely I won't buy something, but I 100% unequivocally will not be buying this gold coin. Now, my wife and I had talked about this beforehand, And it was pretty cool. We thought about, you know what? I had gone through, and I'm going to grab these real quick. Gone through, we sent off some of these items to CAC, got back my CAC proof, or my CAC Ultra Cameo MS70, absolutely nice privy mark. We have another one that we could send off if we wanted to grade it. It was like, it would be fabulous to buy one of these and send them all off and have the set. Well, then they dropped the privy thing, and now it is going to be impossible for me to own an entire set. So why buy it? Now, there have been people in the stream when I talked about getting the gold, or when I talked about getting the silver privy, who said, you know, Frosty, you got to quit chasing the full set. Well, I'm not a chaser of sets. I don't do that. Very rarely do I even buy stuff from the mint. After the snafu with the medals last year and trying to get stuff and them telling me they were sold out and then having people behind me buy them, I actually had to have somebody buy them because I couldn't do it. I was just done. I was just tired of it. But I wanted to give them a chance because, one, they improved their site. Their site was much more efficient, much more easy to use. They had made some things. I really wanted to get the design of the flowing hair. It was absolutely fabulous. And it was the one thing I was like, you know, maybe I'll take the chance and drop the big money for the gold. But after they dropped the privy mark and told them that they're going to be doing that only via auction, that put it outside of the price point for the common man. Once again, the mint shafting the standard person, the average person like me, Joe Q Public, from getting something that could be potentially amazing. But their target is the high dollar person, right? And they forget that the standard person, the collector, you and me, the standard people, the people who just want to enjoy the hobby and have the mint do something cool for us, once again shafts us by sticking it to the high dollar people who can buy those regardless of the price point. Again, if they offered the privy mark to the general public, could the high dollar people get it? Absolutely, and you know they would if they wanted it. And I had somebody say, well, Frosty, this just bypasses the middleman. It bypasses the flipper. Well, let me explain something. If I got something like this and I got the privy and it was selling for $8,000, $10,000, $10,000, $12,000, well, guess what? I got the silver privy and I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it because I'm a collector and this is something I really want to keep. I know the silver privy is probably going to drop in price, but that's fine. It's a piece that I really wanted. But you know what was more important? It was a gift. Somebody bought me one and sent it to me. What kind of person would I be to turn around and sell a gift that somebody sent me? Foolish. But because of somebody's generosity, it put me in a place where I might have the opportunity to buy something of value, to get something that would be really cool to have. Unfortunately, the mint once again shafted the middleman, shafted the standard John Q public, and took the opportunity for them to get an amazing coin away from them. Frustrating. Because of that decision by the U.S. Mint, I have made the decision not to purchase this coin. Now, my wife and I talked about it. We wanted to put some stuff aside because we thought it would be cool to have. But we've made this decision. Now, here's the other kicker. I have good friends that have thought about buying this particular coin, and I've had to advise them not to do so. And not to do so because I'm upset at the mint. I want to be very clear. The mint makes their decisions. They do what they have to do. The mint's job is not to lose money. And I'm not upset at the mint. I don't agree with what the mint has done, but they're not doing anything illicit. They're not doing anything wrong. But I can't suggest that somebody go buy something that is already losing money before they've even received it. Now, I know the flowing hair metal probably will drop in price, but then again, oh, that's okay. Yeah, I don't know that I try to do something with this this chat feature. If I can drop the overlay, then let me know if that's better. I can remove the overlay if that's going to make the chat clear, especially if the chat is over bouncing one another. Let me know in chat, and if I need to remove that, I'll do that without any problem. But again, I couldn't justify recommending that they buy something where they're going to be losing money. What kind of person would I be, and what kind of collector would I be to recommend for somebody to buy something where they're instantaneously going to suffer a loss? Now, a lot of my stocking community would say, well, we wouldn't buy it anyway because it's $1,000 over. You could buy 1.5 ounces of gold for that price. And they're absolutely correct. But we're talking about collectors, right? Is it worth collecting? Well, maybe. But here's my recommendation. We see the price point most likely going down on this. Now, I could be wrong. And we knew, she says, I knew you were going to do a video. You were wrong. I went live. Why did I do that? Well, for two reasons. Number one, I wanted to make sure people understood this, but I wanted to make sure people understood why I was making the call I was making. Here's my call. It's a gamble. Now, why is it a gamble? Because of history. I don't think that this coin is going to go skyrocket through the roof in price. I think the 230 privies are going to. I think they're going to go for astronomical money. And I think for the people, the high-end collectors, the people with a lot of money, a lot of bang behind their buck, they're going to be buying these regardless. So if they want one with a privy, they want one without a privy, they want both. They're going to buy one. They're going to have the bankroll to do it, and they're going to get it. Hey, JR, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. But again, Byte contest, $3,640. That is correct. Yeah. But again, when you look at the spot price, now again, I got the spot price sitting right here. Let me do this. Let me remove this. Let me remove this so you can see the spot price a little bit better. Sorry about that. So again, 25.72 on close today. But what is important when you look at this is the decrease over the last 5 days. Okay, so let's take this back even to 1 month. You're going to see that it was down, it went up, and then it came back down. Now, it was up pre-election. After the election happened, we've seen it come back down. But we've seen gold come all the way back down pre the first initial climb. So it's really important. Yeah, gold is dropping pretty dramatically. So when we look at the price point on this and we look at the information, it's hard for me to justify recommending to anybody to buy this. Now, again, if you're a hardcore collector and you want to turn and you want to flip this on a quick buck, again, we come back over here and we look at the prices on AppMex that they're doing, and we're seeing $4,700 or $5,295. Huge price points. If you're going to be one of these people that's going to be looking for a quick grab, buy it from the mint tomorrow at noon and immediately turn it around. Hey, Hugh Smith, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Thank you so much. Now I got to show you these. Okay, I'm going to pull this back up. I want to thank, these are gorgeous pictures. I want you to look at these. Look at these. Absolutely fabulous. This is what it actually looks like. This is actually coin in hand. Absolutely fabulous. Now, I want to thank Hugh for sending me these photos. He's actually got to hold one in his hand. And so I want to say thanks for sending those to me. He sent these to me and said, hey, Frosty, check these out. These are actually in hand. You can see his hand there. And then this is what it looks like there in the display case. So again, absolutely fabulous. But I want to do a huge call out to Hugh Smith for sending me these photos. It was absolutely fabulous. The AppMex prices that were listed, yes, $4,795. Now, the $4,795 is not the advanced release label. If you're looking at the advanced release label like this one, the advanced release label located here, again, it says advanced relief, or the code is AR. So if you look at AR, you're going to be seeing that. But it is advanced release. AppMex is asking for $500 or $600 more for the advanced release. So again, folks, don't buy the label. Okay, again, if you're going to buy this and you're going to have it graded, buy it from the mint, grade it yourself and do that. Now, again, would I recommend doing that? Very rarely do I ever recommend grading anything. Now, in this case, if you're going to flip it, it's definitely something you would do. I would even recommend, if you're going to buy it from the mint, I want you to do like overnight shipping, and then do overnight shipping to CAC, and then pay for the overnight shipping back. You're going to be getting your profits back in a quick flip on this. If you're going to flip it, then do it. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. But please, 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 yeah, advanced release. That's like first strike. First strike could be the 18,000th coin, even though it's a release of 17,500. And again, folks, Proof 70 Ultra DCAM or DCAM is going to be the norm for these. with the way that these were done and the way that these are minted, this is going to be the norm. It's not going to be, oh my God, it was a 70, it was so rare. This is going to be the norm for this particular item. We've talked a little bit about the minting process. We've talked a little bit about how they've done this. These dies were laser cut. They knocked out one of the first two processes. And again, because of that, it's going to be one of those, they're very clean. If you get really, really close to this, and unfortunately, I don't have, so there's zero chance of getting the privy from the mint by contest. According to what they've stated, that's a 100% fact. So the way that they're doing the privy on this one is the mint has, now I'm going to assume, okay, I'm going to assume that the mint sold these directly to the auction house, and then the auction house is going to sell them. I don't think the mint can do a straight auction from the mint, but I believe that they've already sold them to the auction houses, and the auction houses are going to do this. Now, be aware that the auction isn't going to happen. Now, we don't know what auction house yet. That information has not yet been released. But what we do know is that December 12th is when this is going to happen. Now, I've been monitoring the various sites. I haven't been able to see it yet. So I've been looking at Heritage. I've been looking at Great Collections. I've been looking at Stacks and Bowers. I've been looking at Saks. I've been looking at Stacks and Bowers. There's another one. I can't remember what it is. But I've been looking at some of the auction houses to see if I can find one there. Hey, what's up, David Carlisle? Good to see you. But again, the only way to get a preview from this, now unless the mint drops some special kind of weird, funky crap, but they have released nothing. So the 230 with privy that are going to have the signed certificates are only going to be available via the auction. And again, if we take an auction estimate based off of what happened in the 2021 that Silver Wolverine showed on his stream, what you'll see is that these coins fetch anywhere from $20,000 to $25,000. Again, there is one special one. That special one does come with a canceled die. Now, we don't know what that die is going to look like. We don't know if it's going to be completely cleared off, if they're going to do an X, if they're going to crosshatch pattern the top of it. We don't know. We do know that it comes in a display case, and I can only estimate that the certificate is going to be one of 230. Again, if my guess would be somewhere between $250,000 and $300,000 is what that one's going to fetch. So again, when we're talking about these, they're going to go to the high-end dollar, which again really shafts the low-end. All right, and Marsh, have a good one. Thanks for coming in, saying hi. Yeah, I definitely think they're going to go for different prices, but I don't think that the privy ones. I think they'll be about 100% more. So I think you'll get $20,000 maybe out of the auctions for these with the privy, and then you'll probably go 200, 230, 250, maybe 300,000 for the one that has the signed certificate and then that canceled die. Again, that's estimate. I don't know for certain, but that's where my guess is going to be. Again, if you haven't done so, do me a favor. I have a lot of cool videos on the channel. Please go check it out. If you're not subscribed, please do so. It'd be great. I'm only about 440 subs away from 5,000, so any help getting there would be great. Again, going back to the general price point for this, they're above what their pricing sheet states. Now, this could have happened a couple days ago, but again, looking at some of the various ones, the prices change. Sometimes they're more, sometimes they're less. If we look at the Buffaloes were $35.90 in this price. Excuse me, wrong. If we look at the price point's $34.90 for the Buffalo, and it'd be $34.20 for the American Eagle. So again, the price points change. This one's on the high end. So again, you're looking at $1,000 over spot price. I mean, it's just, I have a hard time saying it, right? You're talking about a 33% markup on this metal before it even comes out, and the gold is dropping. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is just me. This is Frosty's opinion. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a gold bullion dealer. I don't have any vested interest in this. I'm just giving you my assessment. Please don't say Frosty said. What I want you to do is I want you to have the information, make your own educated decisions. But do me a favor. Don't just take my word for it. I want you to go to the sites. When this live is over, I'm going to throw in the description all of the URLs that I've used to share this information. Go look at it. Make up your own mind. Make up your own decision. Parvis, what's going on? Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well and recovering well after the hurricane. Hope your health is well. Good to see you. I need to call you and follow up with you, but it's great to see you in chat, sir. All right. Yeah, but again, it's going to be one of those things where I want you to do your due diligence. Follow up, look at it yourself. If you want to watch the action, December 12th is the day to do it. Now, we'll be dropping information as we find out who the auction house is going to be. Once the Mint releases that information, most likely they're going to do it through a press release. So be watching the U.S. Mint's press release page. They may be dropping it through the auction houses. If that's the case, there's going to be a number of us. I know Silver Wolverines is going to be doing it. I'll be doing it. I know Paula from Livecoin Q&A will also be watching it. So pay attention to those. We'll be bringing you information. Paula sent me as soon as it dropped. She said, "Hey, the price dropped." I was like, "I'm already looking at it." So again, we're monitoring this for you. We're going to try and bring you the best information. But I got to say thank you to Paula for sending me that. I really was looking at it just about the same time that she sent me that text. We're on the same wavelength. I appreciate you. But again, watch Livecoin Q&A. They'll be talking about various things. They have a great show, so if you're not subscribed over at Livecoin Q&A, please go check them out. I'm going to do a dropout for copper coins. Again, Chuck Daughtry and Eric Vai are amazing, so go check them out as well. But again, as far as the gold dollar, what is my recommendation? Please make up your own mind, but Frosty's call is bypass this option. Watch the interaction. Check and see what's going on. But I don't think they've dropped. I can check with a couple of people and see if they can do that. I know that they have information from the Mint. I can check with, hey, Hugh, if you're here, I know you have friends that work at the Mint. I don't know if they have information on that. Most likely it's going to be close hold, especially because there's potentially a lot of money going on. So there might be a close hold to this. But again, we'll see what we can do. I'll see if I can find out information. But please do me a favor if you haven't already done so. Double tap the screen, get that like button up there. If you haven't subscribed, please do so already, and stay tuned for more information. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming and hanging out with me, allowing me to share the information with you. I'm going to let you back to your day. I know there's a lot of great channels doing stuff tonight. So I will see you in your stream. Happy Hump Day and have a wonderful day. Take care, be blessed, and I'll see you later.